Can I get you autographed also?
What the hell was that?
It sounded like a plane crash.
American 77 American, any radio check, how do you read?
Yeah. This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
Good morning. Off the south coast of Long Island, search and rescue crews are hard at work this morning, trying to recover the victims and debris of TWA Flight 800. That Boeing 747 was bound for Paris when it exploded shortly after takeoff from John F. Kennedy Airport late last night. The plane was carrying 212 passengers and 17 crew members, all of whom are presumed dead today, Thursday, July the 18th, 1996.
The theory that a missile might have brought down Flight 800 is still being pursued and is still possible.
In my opinion,
And there may finally be evidence that an explosion is what downed the plane. Now, there are reports that investigators have found residue consistent with a bomb on part of that plane.
Two different pieces of the plane itself. One shows traces of chemicals consistent with a explosive device, and the other shows a burn pattern on it, a piece on the interior of the plane that suggests an explosion perhaps from the interior exploding out, which would debunk a missile theory, although it is possible that a missile could have caused a secondary explosion.
Well, the FBI said it officially last night, said that there are three active theories in this investigation. First, that it was a bomb, or alternatively, second, that it was a rocket or missile, or third, that it was a mechanical failure of some kind, and said the mechanical failure is the least likely of those.
Administration sources tell him that TWA Flight 800 underwent repairs on an instrument that helps determine the amount of power an engine is developing.
The National Transportation Safety Board is pursuing other theories, among them mechanical problems, such as an explosion in a center fuel tank.
The bottom line is that our investigation confirmed that the fuel air vapor in the center wing tank was flammable at the time of the accident, and that a fuel air explosion with Jet A fuel was more than capable of generating the pressures needed to break apart the center wing tank and destroy the airplane. This leads to the inescapable conclusion that the cause of the in-flight breakup of TWA Flight 800 was a fuel air explosion in the center wing tank.
It is unfortunate that a small number of people pursuing their own agendas have persisted in making unfounded charges of a government cover-up in this investigation.
We have always known this could happen. We've warned about it. We've talked about it. I regret to say, I served on the Intelligence Committee up until last year. I can remember after the bombings of the embassies, after TWA 800, we went through this flurry of activity talking about it, but not really doing the hard work of responding.
I mean, after all, this is a man
who we know already was responsible for bombing embassies, responsible for helping to take an aircraft out of the air, responsible for helping to bomb the World Trade Center, at least links to it. I served on the Intelligence Committee up until last year. I can remember after the bombings of the embassies, after TWA 800. Responsible for bombing embassies, responsible for helping to take an aircraft out of the air.
I'm John Kerry, and I'm reporting for duty.
Bodies are being pulled out of the water right now. No survivors so far.
47 was bound for Paris when it exploded shortly after takeoff from John F. Kennedy Airport late last night.
It does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
And it combines the horror of the TWA Flight 800 bombing and the Murrah Federal Building, because it's both of these incidents, of course, coming together in the most horrific way.
By now, I would guess that everyone is up across all the time zones in America.